Hello, future seniors, class of 2019. This is Ms. Bauman coming to you to speak to you about course registration for 12th grade. Quickly, I'll do an overview of the process. You're going to get the information this week here, and we expect you to go home and talk with your stakeholders, your family members, and figure out kind of what's the best path for you for your senior year. If you missed any of the registration information that was distributed during homeroom, it is all available on the guidance website. The videos, the worksheets, the course descriptions, everything is available on that website, so we really encourage you to go there. The registration fair will be available again this year on February 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a great opportunity for you to meet with teachers in an informal manner and get your basic questions answered about any courses they might be offering. Additionally, we will have you then submit your courses online through Skyward, like you have done for many years now. The window for that opens on January 29th and ends on February 7th. So anytime during that window, you can add, subtract, change course requests, anything you want to do, again, right through that February 7th date. You will be given a registration worksheet today. This gives you a really nice overview of all the classes that we offer, and then it helps you make your final selections for those courses because the course numbers are available to you right next to it. So you want 14 little circles. If you were circling each little number, 14 little circles would equal a full course load for next year, including SPPs or TAs or things like that. So who do you go to for help? We'd say start with your teachers, your counselors, your parents, people who have been in classes before. Any of those can really help you kind of help choose the best classes for you for next year. The teachers who teach the courses are really a great place to go if you have questions about their specific course or how maybe taking one AP course in one subject area will pair with taking another AP course in another subject area. We don't want you overwhelmed, and so making sure you're balancing that out by talking to those teachers is a good idea. We really encourage you especially, to take a look at admissions criteria for colleges. We want to make sure you have all the doors open that are available to you next year when you are applying to colleges, and that means that you want to make sure you're taking courses that meet college admissions criteria. A great example of that would be when many colleges now require 4 years of math for admission, but we only require 3 years for graduation. So you want to make sure that there aren't any other discrepancies between what we offer to graduate versus what is required from a college to be admitted. Again, that registration fair is on February 1st, so come on in and get your questions answered. And then additionally, if you go to our guidance website again, all the registration and course information is available to you. So this is all updated every single year with course descriptions. But let's say you're a student who wants to find out more about a business course. This gives you all the information about business. And then I want to know more about computer science. So I'm going to scroll on down to computer science. It gives me a course description and then some ways that you'll be assessed. And a really good piece of information, students should have a strong interest in problem solving is for this computer science class. So if you tend to give up easily or don't really feel like you want to take the second step to solve a problem, this might not be the class for you. That's more information that you can gather and read, again, by talking to maybe the teacher. But also it tells you whether or not you are eligible to take this course by the grade levels that it's offered. And then you can find out if there are any prerequisites for that course. Of course, for this course, there are none, but it's a great place to go and get information specifically about each course. And we would ask you to kind of do that. All right. So as a senior, you don't have many requirements if you've been doing your job so far. So if you have passed all of your classes so far, and you took a science last year, you really only have an English credit to finish and a social studies credit to finish. And then you have other electives that you can take to complete the rest of your requirements. So your English credit can be met through English 12, Advanced Comp, or AP Lit. And your social studies credit can be met through government and econ, either regular or advanced, semester 1, semester 2, or by taking advanced government for the whole year. Students who take advanced government for the whole year are not required to take econ in addition to that. Of course, you want to make sure that you have met all your science requirements. We have a physical science, biology, and then physics or chemistry to graduate from our school. Again, check any colleges that might require more. We require you to take a full year of fine arts. We do not have a foreign language requirement, but many colleges have a strong recommendation or requirement, so make sure you're checking on that. Math, we only require 3 years, but in that 3 years, you must include statistics. If you have not already taken geometry stats, general stats, FST, or AP stats, you're going to need to take one of those courses next year in order to meet that stats requirement before graduation. Of course, you need to take 6 credits. Six courses totaling in 6 credits for the year. To meet your requirement for being a full-time student and earning our diploma next year. Just quickly, these are the fine arts classes that we offer to meet that fine arts requirement. Any course in green has a prerequisite. Any course listed in white you can just take without any prerequisite. So making sure you keep track of your graduation requirements. If you have any questions about whether or not you met your requirements, you just want to check in with your counselor. And I've said it a million times now, but check on those college admissions requirements. This is one of the great times for you to look at. This is the last time you'll be able to take classes that there won't be a tuition charge for it. So if there are any interests that you have you haven't explored yet, next year might be a great time to explore those. So again, like if you have an interest in computer science or in engineering, you might want to take one of those courses. Additionally, this is a great time for you to prep for your life after high school by taking harder courses in areas where you have some ability. So if you are a strong English or social studies science student, you might want to take maybe an AP course in that area. It is always easier to drop a course for a student prep period instead of adding to student prep period and then trying to add a course later on. So we encourage students to register for classes that they are interested in, and we can always drop something down later on. And of course, you've been doing this for a while, but make sure you are doing a challenging but manageable course load. Again, making sure that you're not taking AP courses in every single area after you've spoken to every teacher saying they can handle it, and then you realize that you have 4 teachers telling you can handle it without considering that each of the 4 teachers may not be realizing that you are taking 4 AP courses instead of just 1. So ask those questions to make sure that you have good balance for your senior year. Again, make thoughtful selections. We do create the master schedule based on what you're interested in, so we want to know and hear that now. Do your research now, because making a change in April and May is really difficult, and it can be frustrating for students because they didn't get the classes that they want. Any future changes aren't always guaranteed, so we want to make sure that we hear from you now. I know that it is early. I know that we are 6 months out from starting your senior year, but we really need that information now so that we can start working on the master schedule for your senior year. We always do our best to honor your first selection, your first choices, but there are conflicts and there are times when classes don't get offered. So we ask you to identify 3 alternates, and we really depend on those alternates to tweak your schedule when we're working on it over the summer. So we really ask you to complete those 3 alternates in the alternate tab when you go in to register. We'll cover that next week. So finally, again, the registration window opens on the 29th. It closes on the 7th of February. You're going to choose 14 semester classes and those 3 alternates. Again, we really depend on those alternates, so we want to hear from you. Now is the time to do your research. So go ahead and do that research between now and the 29th so you can start registering during that window. Again, we don't guarantee a change down the road. That about concludes our registration information. This is the last time you're going to register for your high school classes, so go ahead and do the research and ask the good questions, and we'll be happy to help you as you get ready for your final year here. Thank you.